join us in our game.
Come with us into our world, listen as we play. Join us in our game.
Join us in our game. We sing of the north, where dales echo with the dancing. Join us in our game, where fiddlers play and ladies laugh as Mr. Fox comes prancing. Join us in our game. Join us in our game.
A goshawk may beguile you, a hanging man may haunt you.
Join us in our game.
When singing streams turn icy, then the green man he may taunt you. Join us in our game.
Join us in our game. But the seasons hide the sorrow on the faces of the people. Join us in our game. As downs conceal their dangers, flowered paths are strewn with rubble. Join us in our game. Join us in our game. But there's singing in the churches and the fields as day is dawning. Join us in our game. Neddy played and Jackie sang and Clancy danced till morning. Join us in our game. Join us in our game. When I was a young man, I used to dress so neat. Many hearts beat faster as I walked down the street. Then as I grew older, the women had their fill, till the only heart that beat was mine as I came down the hill. Walk in a valley that never saw the sun. Step by the stones where the icy waters run. Stand in a church where the village choir once sang. And run along the pathway where the dead man used to hang. You take the road you took before, the one by the rocks where the river leaves the moor. I'll take the road where the hill and forest meet, where the fallen flowers hide the stones that wait to trip your feet. Walk in a valley that never saw the sun. Step by the stones where the icy waters run. Stand in a church where the village choir once sang. And run along the pathway where the dead man used to hang. The trees of the forest, the rocks all around, saw me swing my haversack as I raced gaily down. The badger in the bushes, the fox in his lair, heard me give a whoop and cry as I fell through the air. Walk in a valley that never saw the sun. Step by the stones where the icy waters run. Stand in a church where the village choir once sang. And run along the pathway where the dead man used to hang. Waking in the forest beneath a spreading pine, I saw my body hanging like a shirt upon a line. Vines crept up my fingers where they had come to rest, and in my open mouth was born. Just a day had passed since I went to find my sheep. The crows rose up black above the cornfields of the valley, as if they were arising from a dark and dreamless sleep. And the sky had slightly changed above the mountain range. The river through the town did not seem to run so deep. The wild rose has taken my gentle love away, and the flower that she gave me has withered in my hand. Mother, dearest mother, come open up the door. Open up the door and pull back the pin. Nothing but a stranger's face in answer to my beating, a blank look to greet me as I try to step in. Oh, where is the stream to wash my body clean? And do you have a towel to dry my running skin? The wild rose has taken my gentle love away, and the flower that she gave me has withered in my hand. Who are all the people who fill the streets around me? And where are the thoughts from the crash about my head? Where is the girl who gave me the flower? And why is the flower so dead, so dead? Oh, stay, let me tell you, must remember well, today was the day that we were to be wed. The wild rose has taken my gentle love away, and the flower that she gave me has withered in my hand. Well, I built myself a shack on the side of the mountain, above the roaring rocks where the river runs down. I cannot truly say my mind is at ease here, as brown turns to green and green back to brown. And the people surely know I'd be better far to go, a stranger in a foreign land, a thief about town. The wild rose has taken my gentle love away, and the flower that she gave me has withered in my hand. How do you do, sir? And Jill is me name. A fairy tale, it's all the way from London that you came. With four jolly fellas and with nimble on her feet. And it's each year at Christmas time for revelry we meet. And it's two pairs to dance, one pair to play, and that's all we ever need to drive our cares away. It's well do I remember that's when I was small, me father like a parson with his Jim-Crow hat and all. It's true I learned me dancing over Chepstow way, but it's him that taught me all the steps that I show you today. and it's two pairs to dance, one pair to play, and that's all we ever need to drive our cares away. Now Tom Bailey moved in the year of 95. We lost the finest fiddler to the Richards Castle side, but now we've two musicianers, on them we all depend, to play a slow, shotty short, a falcon to the end, and it's two pairs to dance, one pair to play, and that's all we ever need to drive the cares away. Well, I can't tell you why we dress the strange way that we do. I only know the old side in the one before them too. And when I'm getting older and I found I've lost me pace, oh, me son who knows the figures will step in to take me place. And it's two pairs to dance, one pair to play, and that's all we ever need to drive our cares away. come this way no more. Daddy was a farmer till he chose the roving way, and the weeds crept in his kitchen and his sheep they ran astray. He climbed the moorland mountains when the weather it was fair, to sit alone and listen to the music in the air. By the reaches of the river, where otter is the king, Daddy sat upon the bank to hear the water sing. The music of the stones was ringing in his head. He braved the stream to pull them out from the river's bed. One winter when he was a lad and snow lay on the fell, he learned to play harmonium, the story I will tell. He took the bells from many pots and hung them from a branch. When he struck up with feet and hands, he made a valleys dance. On the day that Daddy died, they took his precious stones, broke them into little bits and scattered them with his bones. Daddy only smiled and sadly shook his head. If that's the best that they can do, I'm far off better dead. Farewell to the fields where my father once walked, the high moorland hills and the valleys below. For want of employment I'm forced now to leave you, but I won't forget you wherever I go. It's up where the river winds high on the fell. It's the mine where my granddad went digging for lead, but the tubs lay empty, the pit crops are rotting, the ore is all spent, and the miners all dead. My mother remembers the old village dances when my uncle got out his squeeze box to play, and the people would walk for miles in the darkness and dance through the night till the break of the day. The last of our fiddlers was Billy Upsteps. On the day that he died, his young nephew came around. He took all the china and Billy's old fiddle and sent them away to be sold in the town. There's naught but a heap of half-finished stones in the yard where the mason made granite chips fly. He's caught his last stoop and his hammer is idle. He's wrapped up his chisels and laid them all by. children have taken the road to the city, and strangers have come now with eyes open wide. Oh, will you remember the life that we gave you when the last true-born dalesman has died?
clutching at the hair with a hand that was still warm. Saw the dancing leaves, heard a name it said, saw a laughing child take the lady's red. You see, she smiled as she heard the stars sing, and her hand it was warmed by her zodiac ring. She smiled, thought no more of the day, wondered why her body they
I'd like to tell you people I met her at a fair, but I met her in a pub down by the far side of the square. She was dark and she was handsome and her name was Mary Lee, and I'll tell you of the good times of Mary Lee and me. She said she was a gypsy and I knew she didn't lie. You could see the fires of India in her dark and roving eye. I knew I couldn't hold her, I knew she must be free, but no power on earth could quench the love I had for Mary Lee. She said the time of horses had long since passed away, but the family remembered them as carefree, happy days. Her granddad used to drive in a pony and a trap, but now they lived in Bradford, where her father dealt in scrap. I can't really tell you how we passed away our time. We mostly spent evenings drinking Tetley's ale and wine. Although it may seem commonplace the way I'm telling you, to me the life with Mary Lee was like a dream come true. I courted this young gypsy girl through autumn into spring, and I thought the time had come for me to offer her my ring. But I never plucked my courage up, for I began to see that Mary Lee grew restless with the budding of the trees. It was on a Sunday afternoon I called to take her out. It was Mary's dad, not Mary, who answered to my shout. If it's her that she's seeking, you've a long, long way to go. She joined the bands for Scotland at least 12 hours ago. For a while I stood there speechless at what her father said, and the promises I'd hoped for were still ringing in my head. Then I knew that I must travel the road she'd gone on, even if it took me to the dark side of the sun. So early next morning I started for Ilkley. The city was silent and still as a stone. With hope in my heart and fire in my head, I set off to find where the gypsies had gone. I flagged down a car that dropped me at Bolton, the valley before me, the town at my back. Walking alone by the low hills of Wharfdale, by the black top of Kilsey, I saw the far from the city and far from all harm. Sheep on the hillside, grouse in the heather, the blind windows of a far distant farm.
sadness in her face is a thing I can't describe. We didn't speak a word, there was nothing we could say about the closing of a love affair, the closing of a day. Mary took my hand in hers, I took her hand in mine. Just one more night together before we had our time. We couldn't sleep inside the van, there wasn't any room, so I spent the night in Mary's arms beneath the haloed moon. I woke up in the my soul. The last time I heard a word about my Mary Lee, she was married to a tinker and was living in Dundee. They say she has a baby now to bounce upon her knee, and I wonder in the long nights if she ever thinks of me. Lucy left home about 8:30, and she hadn't got further than the garden gate when a big black bird dropped a stone from the sky, left Lucy there on the path to die. Lucy jumped up and shook her fist, saying, "Here's another girl from the town you've missed." But she looked again and she was alone, nothing on the ground but a feather and a stone.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
At the edge of the wood where the grass is wet, up jumped a man with a clarinet, blew a note both loud and clear and left it hanging in Lucy's ear. Aunt Lucy Broadwood was quite impressed, closed her eyes and started to undress, turned 3 times around and the man wasn't there. All she could do was stand and stare.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Lucy went further than she knew she should till she came to a house in the middle of the wood. The doors were bolted and the windows barred, but she thought she heard the voice of her ma. So she called out, "Mother, I know you're in there." Up went the cry through the still green air. If mother was there, she never heard. The only sound was the screech of a bird.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Lucy didn't know which way to turn when a bush behind her started to burn. She thought of Moses and the Holy Book, turned around to have a look. And who should it be but the devil in black? He blasted out of the ground with a crack, hoisted her up on his humpy shoulder and carried her off to hell like a boulder.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Hell was hot, and what is more, hell was a terrible, terrible bore. She didn't think she could last the night, so she opened the door and turned on the light. The bulb fused out with a fizz and a crack, and the door slammed shut on Lucy's back. Up flew the kite, down fell the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood was lost in the dark.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark. traveled through Europe and she knew what men were for. He was in the cavalry, wore braid upon his tunic, a handsome bearded horseman who had never been to war. You would say if you met them they were golden-eyed children, for the one thing they wanted, they gave up health and fame. God help Elvira, and God help her lover, and God help anyone who tries to do the same.
He left his wife and children and the regiment behind him, stripped the braid from his tunic, tossed his buttons on the ground.
He left the roaring crowds and lights of the circus to go with a deserter and run from town to town. And many is the time they thought they'd found their safety, a room to love and shelter from the wind and the rain. But a knock on the door, a face at the window, and many is the time they were on the move again.
You would say if you met them they were golden-eyed children, for the one thing they wanted, they gave up health and fame. God help Elvira, and God help her lover, and God help anyone who tries to do the same. She sold her last possessions and bought a loaf and butter. He robbed a hen house and they left once more to roam. In the middle of a meadow they both sat down to picnic. When he touched Elvira she was cold as a stone. Elvira knew the pistol was hidden in the basket. She whispered to her lover, make it soon, make it soon. Elvira chased a butterfly and caught it in her fingers. She fell from the tightrope and the audience went home. You would say if you met them they were golden-eyed children, for the one thing they wanted, they gave up health and fame. God help Elvira, and God help her lover, and God help anyone who tries to do the same.
I left it
The singer has left his song on the air. The hunter has hung up his horn. After the day, the long, long night, and after the night, the dawn.
All the good times are past and gone. All the good times are o'er. All the good times are past and gone. Little darling, don't you weep no more.
I don't want to sit at your table so bright. I don't want a bed on your floor. You can't hunt me down through the forests of love and nail up my hide on your door.
All the good times are past and gone. All the good times are o'er. All the good times are past and gone. Little darling, don't you weep no more.
Forget all the teeth that threaten to tear you. Forget all the pains in your head. The meek and the weak shall inherit the earth. The savage and honest are dead.
All the good times are past and gone. All the good times are o'er. All the good times are past and gone. Little darling, don't you weep no more.
Build me a boat where the willows once grew, where the